Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are still working on King Richard II, and today we get to hear from King Richard II in Act 3, Scene 3. So both he and Bolingbroke have returned to England, and they are now outside of Flint Castle, where Bolingbroke is, at least in words, making a play to just get his lands and titles back. But Richard is not necessarily taking it very well because he spent most of Act 3, Scene 2 learning that he had no friends, no power, no allies. The Welsh left him and he lost his northern kingdom, his northern castles and his southern castles. Like, everybody is now on Bolingbroke's side except for O'Merle, the Bishop of Carlisle, a couple other assorted sundry folks are on King Richard's side. Everybody else is on Bolingbroke's side. So we have the king sort of up on the tower, I guess, in Flint Castle, talking to Bolingbroke, who's like on the field outside of Flint Castle, and Northumberland is sort of running back and forth, delivering the messages back and forth. So first, King Richard had said, Bolingbroke should be kneeling, he should be more respectful, and if he's not, then I'll destroy him. And then Northumberland delivered the message that really Bolingbroke just wants his lands and titles. So King Richard, realizing that it was a reasonable request, I guess, sent Northumberland back saying, if that's all that he wants, then yes, he can have it, and welcome him in. And as soon as he's gone, Richard's like, what did I do? What did I do? Like, why I have to undo this? I have to undo this banishment. I never would have thought that I'd have to undo this banishment. Maybe I shouldn't have even banished him in the first place. And what does that mean for my reign as king if the proclamations that I've made I have to undo? And I believe it's O'Merle is like, oh, Northumberland is coming back, and King Richard says, what must the king do now? Must he submit? The king shall do it. Must he be deposed? The king shall be contented. Must he lose the name of king? Oh, God's name, let it go. I'll give my jewels for a set of beads, my gorgeous palace for a hermitage, my gay apparel for an almsman's gown, my figured goblets for a dish of wood, my scepter for a palmer's walking staff, my subjects for a pair of carved saints, and my large kingdom for a little grave. A little grave, an obscure grave, or I'll be buried in the king's highway, some way of common trade where subjects' feet may hourly trample on their sovereign's head. For on my heart they tread now whilst I live, and buried once, why not upon my head? Oh, Merle, thou weep'st, my tender-hearted cousin. We'll make foul weather with despised tears. Our sighs and they shall lodge the summer corn and make a dearth in this revolting land. Or shall we play the wantons with our woes and make some pretty match with shedding tears, as thus to drop them still upon one place till they have fretted us a pair of graves within the earth, and therein laid there lies two kinsmen digged their graves with weeping eyes. Would not this ill do well? Well, I see I talk but idly, and you mock at me. Most mighty prince, my lord Northumberland, what says King Bolingbroke? Will his majesty give Richard leave to live till Richard die? You make a leg, and Bolingbroke says aye. So yeah, he's dealing with all of this stuff. He's only ever known himself as king, and he believes that God gave him the name and right to be king. And so now that he's had to undo this banishment and the people don't like him anymore, he's like, I guess I have to give away all of my good stuff and have crappy stuff instead, and I'm just gonna die like anybody else in a grave that other people are gonna walk all over. And that'll be it for me. And when Northumberland comes back, he asks if Bolingbroke will give him the right to just live out his life, just finish his life somewhere, because he basically knows that Bolingbroke has sort of won this whole thing. And Northumberland replies that they would like him to come down into the court, and this is a big thing for him also, to go down into the base court. There's a big thing made about the base court, but he comes down and he meets Bolingbroke on the field, and Bolingbroke kneels, and King Richard is like, oh, no, that's not right, not when your ambition is up this high, at least as high as the crown, that kind of a thing. And Richard basically submits to Bolingbroke, and they all head back to London to sort out all of the things that need to be sorted out. And tomorrow, I think tomorrow we kick off in 4-1, and then we spend quite a while in 4-1. It's a 3-4. Sorry, we're not in 4-1 yet. Yeah, we've got 1 from 3-4 before we get into 4-1. 4-1 is a big deal, but we need a little squidgy interim because everybody's been so sad in the between, or in the, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'll see you tomorrow for a bit of Act 3, Scene 4.